Hey everybody! Hey everybody! I know it's kind of late. We talk about 9:44 at night. This is a very special lunchtime with Anna. Evan and I were supposed to air, I think, yesterday or the day before, and things come up, so we are airing tonight. And the reason why we're airing is this latest catch. Um, this one really pisses me off. FM, well, I'll let you go ahead and talk about. Well, first of all, introduce yourself. Introduce yourself. I'm kind of jumping the gun. Introduce yourself.
Hey, what's going on? They call me FM. I run an organization out of the New York, Bronx, New York, actually, catching online predators. And today we're going to talk about Leilani. Leilani's very big in her community, transgender community, should I say? And yeah, there's a lot to say about her right now. a lot, a lot. Um, what could I say? Leilani, Bronx, New York. She got arrested and got hit with 5 charges. The first charge was attempt forcible touching. That's a B misdemeanor. Another B misdemeanor, sexual attempt. Everything's attempt because there's no real kid, so the charges will be attempt. So again, she got another B misdemeanor, attempt sexual abuse to a minor. That's the second charge. The third charge, B misdemeanor, attempt um, minor injury to a minor. The fourth charge is Class A misdemeanor, criminal sex act, um, attempt criminal sex act. I'm sorry. Remember, everything's attempt. And the last charge is B misdemeanor, attempt sexual misconduct to a minor with a minor.
Um, okay. I actually caught. I'm trying to share this, you guys, so I'm a little bit unfocused now. So give me a second. Um,
Mm-hmm.
but um, so I did catch this catch. It really upset me more than the average catch. There's a lot of things wrong with this catch. Well, it's good that FM caught this person. More options. Okay. Um, it's good that FM caught this person, right? Because um, first of all, they're affiliated um with activism. And as many of you guys know out there, I am an activist, right? And we're supposed to be doing the right thing. We're
Yeah.
supposed to, when we fight for people, whatever your cause is, right? We're supposed
Mm-hmm.
to do the right thing. I'm tagging you right now, FM.
Right. Well, again, her name is Leilani Muniz, Bronx, New York. She's an actress, activist, in the trans community, transgender community. She's also a strong advocate for the HIV, and they started an organization that stop. This stops with me. She also has HIV, I think, something like that. If I'm wrong, but I'm not wrong, I think, because what I read.
So no, okay. So you are correct to a certain. Okay. So let's make a quick disclaimer first, FM. Even though this is all public records, uh,
Yes.
these are all allegations, and until they're proven guilty in court of law, we're just speaking by allegation. So I just want to make sure that that's out there
Yes.
in case anybody tries any repercussions. This is all this was a live catch. That's what he does. He catches predators. So Okay, so what happened was, yes, I saw on one of the YouTube videos that she is HIV positive, but the medication has suppressed it to where she tests negative, as well as her partner. That's very scary that she went out to meet a 14-year-old little boy who just so happened to be FM. When she went out there to go meet uh, the little boy. Um, Now, let me ask you, um, what were your thoughts? What were your thoughts? Did you realize this before you caught her? Did you do some type of background, or was this after the fact for you, FM?
Yeah, we was familiar with her because we started communications. I started communications back in March.
Okay.
Back in March, we was kicking it for a minute, back and forth on the app, the dating app. We got off the dating app. We went to text now. We was about to meet. Then she asked me for a specific picture. She wanted a penis picture, and that's something that I don't do. I do not send pictures like that. Because I just
Well,
can't do it. I just can't do
wouldn't
it.
be bad.
And another thing is, I could also possibly get in trouble for that because I'm portraying to be a little boy. So if I'm portraying to be a little boy and I send that picture, in back of their minds, they think it's a little boy, and they could just share those pictures. You know,
Okay.
transmission of child pornography. That's what that will be, and not to get in trouble for that too. If it ever came down to that. So I don't want to risk that. You know, I just don't want to get more on that stuff. I just want to have all my chat logs clean as possible. But that's the first time we encountered each other was back in March. She stopped talking to me because I didn't send that specific picture. We back here in October, October. Made an account on the dating app. Here she comes. We started talking again. I was like, it's me. Like, I know who you are, to refresh in their memory. Blase day. She didn't blow me off. I dropped the age again because we have to do that again. Doesn't matter if we spoke before. We always have to acknowledge the age again. So I did that. And this time she didn't ask for that specific picture and she just followed through. She did talk sexual in the conversation as well. Um, and she established to me, and yesterday morning I exposed her.
Um, you guys, I got a new laptop and I'm really upset that my my camera wasn't working because when I got this laptop, I was hoping to share, and I'm still gonna try to do it. So you guys can actually see like all that this person does for the community, because what makes it worse for me is that little kids, how many, okay, if you're advocating for children, how many have you encountered, right? Because I don't want to make any accusations. How many have you encountered? And it just, FM, I'm like, whoa.
I think it
Because
was, like again, like what you're saying. You never know because I was talking to her and I feel like it was too easy. There was
uh-huh.
no, there was no, can I say, like, you too young, get out of here, nothing like that. Nothing. Then it just goes to show you if it was that easy with me, how many others? I'm, I'm hopefully there isn't no victims, but if they are, please come forward. Please
Yeah,
come forward. Don't be scared. Don't be scared because her public figure or anybody, not only her, if anybody been sexually abused by any adult, just go, man. Turn them in. Don't be scared. Doesn't matter what position of power they're in. Don't be scared. Let it out. You know, you can't let them get away with this.
I'm absolutely with you. I'm just at a loss for words because who does that? Like, who honestly does something like that? And like I said, you guys can just very easily Google the name Leilani Muniz,
Muniz.
and you will see. In fact, let me see if I can share and present here. Give me a second. Um, okay. This isn't what I want to share. All right, you guys, give me a second. Because I really just think it's important for you guys to see this. And I hope.
Yeah, I think so too. I mean, again, she needs to be exposed to the fullest. She's an advocate. She's an activist. She's in front lines, and she's out here doing this. It's incredible. It's incredible.
Okay.
She is
So
a public figure.
oh, and you guys look when I put her name up, our live is coming up under the search, just so y'all know. Um, so y'all check this out. This she's got a whole lot of videos. Um,
Yeah, she's really big. She's also started a what is it called, transgender parent group.
and see, that's what I asked myself. This person has gotten awards, so they're somebody who's very well known within all of our communities, right?
Yes.
So here
We
you
are
go.
here with Lucky and Leilani, and they're in a House of Soldier. And so I've got a couple of questions right now because this is a trans couple, a trans man, trans woman couple. Like, tell me about what it's like to, as an experience as a trans couple. What is it experience you get?
It's awesome having somebody that knows what you're going through, especially that we're both off of our hormones. And for the last 2 years, we've been trying to have a baby. So we're adding to our family. We already have 2 kids individually, and we're working on baby number 3.
That's beautiful. Oh, but you know, I'm also hearing, Lucky, about this trans bodybuilding competition. I need to know more information. What's going on with it?
Well, I founded a transgender bodybuilding federation. It's called the NYTBF, the New York Transgender Bodybuilding Federation. I used to compete.
Okay, so it looks like that started tripping.
Yeah.
Let me try another one here.
Like,
And like if
the,
you look here, this is a magazine. Oh wait, I thought I was sharing. I'm sorry. Let me go back. Share screen. And I think this is very important. I really think. I mean,
I think so too. Honestly.
this is an advocate. It clearly states advocate, and this FM, you know my fight, right?
Yes.
You know my fight.
Yeah.
And Becky, hey Becky, I agree with Becky. I agree with Becky. You know my fight, and I read this. I looked into her background, and I was like, this has got to be a joke. This has got to be a joke because you're so well respected. And I really think there was even a media that had interviewed her over in New York, praising her for everything that she does. And I really think that media should be contacted again, and the video of the actual catch be shared with them. And FM, I will help you reach out because as an advocate, I am very offended, especially this community that is constantly attacked, right? And for me, I really respect everybody and whatever your beliefs are, right?
Right.
But this is disgusting beyond all means. Then when I heard that you are tested positive for HIV and you turned around and not only did you test positive, you turned around and you have been taking the medication to suppress it, but yet went to go meet a 14-year-old boy. And there was parts that, from the live that I wish we could share because it's insane. She started, like Lailani Muniz, a Bronx resident, Amida Care member, and HIV and trans rights advocate. She is one of the advocates who has the time, energy, and willpower to speak out and work with others toward positive change. So you're trusted. People trust you. That's not to say it has been easy. Out the space, diagnosed as HIV positive in 2006, she has faced difficulties trying to secure health care that works for her rather than against her. In time for March National Women Girls HIV Awareness Day, ANU was able to chat via email with Lailani Muniz about healthcare access in New York City and transgender rights issues across the nation. But let's look at some of the national statistics and impact of HIV and women, so forth, so on. You guys can read more into detail. I'm just at a loss for words. How can somebody be so trusted? I mean, and the list goes on if you just look at her. Does have a Facebook page. I don't know if it's still up. Does have a LinkedIn page. So there's access. I thought I was sharing that as well. Hang on. Change the screen.
That's a lot to sink in, huh?
It is. It's tough because look, meet trans HIV advocate. You're talking about Denver, Colorado, Maryland. I mean, this person is well known, and honestly, when I saw,
she's well known across the United States.
Yeah. Look, radio station here. The magazine, so forth, so on. And if we go under images, this person has Facebook, so forth, so on. This it's crazy to me, and that's her as well right here.
Yeah, before we carry on, I want to tell people I do not discriminate. I do not handpick nobody. Whoever comes across me and I drop the age and they okay with it, best believe they will get exposed to the fullest. I have no discrimination, black, white. I don't discriminate. I'm Puerto Rican. I'll put the flames on even harder.
I believe she is Puerto Rican.
Hey,
I believe she is Puerto Rican, actually.
Of course, yeah. I mean, she has to be Spanish with that name, basically. I mean,
yeah.
Again, I don't discriminate. I don't go out there handpicking anybody. I did not know this person from a hole in the wall before all of this at all. So again, just for people that out there, he handpicks them and he makes print. No, I do not do none of that. I do not destroy innocent lives. I'm not with all that. So again, Lailani was guilty of sin. Right? I mean, to me, my opinion, because she was talking to me, she was charged. So far, we just gotta wait to see what the court says after this. But again, if she wasn't guilty, she would not be charged. We would not be talking about this. This is something that needs to be spoke about because this is very important. Again, this is an activist. She's out there in the transgender community And not only that, in the HIV community. So yeah, it's a big deal, very big deal. And people don't understand the disgusting stuff that was exchanged in the text messages will be mind blowing to others. You know, we can't really talk about much, but you know.
Oh yeah. This catch, like I said, I'm just in disbelief because as a person who people actually trust me, you know, people trust me as a leader, right? And as the different hats that I wear, and what would I look like being involved in any type of mess like that? Period. I mean, I wouldn't anyway. Anybody who knows me knows, like, I don't care. Like, yo, if you tell me I'm 30, what's up? I'm like, you're too young. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just
Oh,
saying.
right, got some people spinning, and it's a
you,
love.
you said what? You said what?
I thought you was in love today. That's another story.
Look. Hey, so you guys, I'm gonna tell you guys real quick. FM asked me, he's like, Joanna, what's up with those posts? Like, you know, it looks like estás enchulada. Enchulada is like, you know, you in love and stuff, you in love. And I'm like, in love? I said, what are you talking about? I said, I don't post my personal life on social media at all. So I remember, and it was funny because FM said, me neither. Let me make a quick disclaimer on behalf of FM from Creek Spotlight, as well as Lunchtime with Ana Quiñones. I do not post anything personal at all on social media. So you will think I'm in love, I'm fighting, I'm this, I'm that. My personal life
You know,
is
then we all read
personal.
into things. You know, as friends, we be like, "What's the matter? What the what?"
Yo, this girl is like a tornado. She's like really Boricua. She went from 0 to 1,000 like in no time. But no, not at all. It just I share things that I like. It doesn't really matter. Like if you know, I gave a round of applause to all great fathers out there, man. You guys, I'm all into it. I'm gonna be a grandma soon. In February, so I'm all excited about it. And that's like my latest fever. So yes, a round of applause to all real men out there. And you know, like I said, there's nothing. Please don't look at my page because if you start trying to figure things out, you will get so lost because I don't post nothing personal. And, and if you take it personal, I don't know what to say. And see, you know what? That's true. What Bradley's saying, that's how I met Bradley, just so that everybody knows. He he really pushed my buttons one day. And then, you know, we actually became friends and I interviewed him. And that's actually how it happened. And it was all over, you know, political stuff that we shouldn't be talking about. But anyways, we got off subject there for a few.
For a quick second, right?
A full disclaimer. FM neither. Please do not take any of his posts personal because he does not mix business with pleasure neither. You just can't. When you try it, it fails every time. So, Okay, so and I hate that we're very limited. So we're kind of watching our words for reasons, right? We're watching what we're saying, but I want to there was a video that I found, right? And I want to see if I find it again. What is the news? Is there a news channel 12?
It was Long Island, I think. I think it's Long Island. Long Island 12. I'm gonna have to reach out to them too. Yeah, definitely. Again, if people want to see the updates and stuff, you can just Google her name yourselves and see all the stuff that she's involved in and all the social medias that contacted that lady. But on my page, I got the updates and all that good stuff. The video will be dropping soon. But again, yes, we urge everybody that's listening right now, um, look her up. She shouldn't be where she's at this point.
Um,
Honestly, again, I spoke to her through text. She thought I was a little boy. Again, yeah, dangerous. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Like even the first time when we was talking and the moral compass have sunk in, there shouldn't be a second time. You know. But
and
hey,
see, this is it. And I'm gonna tell you guys, it's kind of funny to me that it is, but it's not, right? So she's thinking she's going to go meet this little 14-year-old boy, and here comes FM. And to see their reactions every time FM, I'm like, this is priceless. This is priceless. The first thing I do is share it. I'm like, oh yeah, here we go. Another one got caught. Another one bites the dust.
it's it's funny because you said I was playing the 14-year-old boy. She really thought I was the 14-year-old little boy.
Mhm.
I was trying to fix my live feed because it was I had it on it was on portrait. So I pulled out my phone. She was, "What's wrong?" I'm like, "Nothing. I'm just trying to fix up my phone. Like something wrong." And she still wouldn't. I was like, "Oh hell no." That's when I said, game time is like, well, the act is up. I ain't gonna keep acting like I'm a kid, you know. And that's when I just blew my cover and I was like, "Hey, you're gonna see the video, so it's important. That video needs to be out there, and you know, the community should know."
Have you reached out? Now, this is my question. This is my question to the followers of FM because I know some of them are watching on YouTube as well as on my Facebook Live. You guys are mostly on Facebook, but you guys can go ahead and share that one and follow it or whatever and like it. My question is, have you reached out to would it just be transgender or would you have to reach out to everybody who is involved with anything like that?
The whole
In
community.
leadership or whatever. So, because I saw that she was on a board, and just to educate people, and I'm not sure if you're familiar, FM, and I'm not insulting anybody's intelligence, right? However,
Right.
there is a board whenever you have an advocacy nonprofit type organization. And as long as the board or whatever, you're not supposed to have any family members, so forth, so on it. So you guys can do research. As far as I'm concerned, what I know from my organization, right? They can't be on the board. They can work in other positions, but not the board. However, the board is supposed to ask her to step down because now this looks really bad. So she's got to kind of disappear slowly but surely. But in this case, it's a scandal. So has anybody reached out to her organization in any shape, form, or manner? Because there
Not
has,
yet. Nobody has reached
okay,
out yet. And
is
I
that
mean, I'm trying to put her face out there, and I'm waiting for
absolutely?
somebody to contact me. And if they want the proof, I would. I mean, if it's that important, hey, it is what it is. I have to do what I got to do. I mean, she shouldn't be the face of that.
Absolutely not.
No, that's like again, like you said, you're a strong advocate for human trafficking, right? There's like
Uh-huh.
one day, all of a sudden, oh, sweat, Anna's on the news for what? Human trafficking, but I thought she was a what? That's exactly
I
the feed that should be happening right now.
Exactly. And see, this is the thing, as voiced out as I am against domestic violence and human trafficking, and when I say human trafficking, that includes medical kidnapping, organ harvesting, um, um, sports trafficking. There's just all kinds of trafficking along with, the children and so forth, so on, sex trafficking. There's all kinds, there's like 5 different umbrellas. And I think we've spoken about that before. a lot of people don't know that, FM, and I think me and you actually have spoken about that in the past. But it is like me turning around and you guys catch me in a scandal like that. Now, where am I going to put my face? Now, my question is, are all her social media still like up and running, or is everything
Yes.
like shut off?
From what I see, it's still up and running. Again, they confiscated her phone during the arrest because it's evidence, because she was contacting me through that device. So that's another thing. When these individuals get caught, they do
Uh-huh.
take their phones. They got to get a warrant to go through it. In this case, they will, because again, it's a kid. It's supposed to be a kid, right? And again,
Uh,
you never know what's on that phone too, so they just can't give her the phone. So her phone is being withheld. It's being held as evidence. She's probably out right now, trying to figure stuff out. Good luck with that one. But again, her social media
so
is still up.
so hold on. So what you're saying is they go ahead and they confiscate their device? Is that
Yes,
what you're
yes. 'Cause
as
that's how
they're
it.
arrested?
That's
Am I understanding that
that's
correctly?
how it should be. They grab their device because their device is how they contact me to the to the meetup point. That's evidence at that point. Because I can have it on my side and I'm showing my side. So, yeah, it's evidence.
Oh,
They got to prove me wrong.
wow.
Yeah.
So actually, the police asked them to hand over, the police officers asked them to hand over the device, and that's what they have to do, or no? How does that?
Yes, they have to. You can see it. I recorded that too. I'll put it up. She tried in this case where she was getting ready to be handcuffed. Her friend was at the doorway and she was like, "Here to grab my phone." We was like, "No way, that's evidence." Cops know that's evidence. As much individuals I got locked up, charged, and convicted. Yeah, their
Mm-hmm.
phones are evidence at this point.
Wow.
Yes,
Um, was that always like that, FM? Because I know you haven't always had support like you do right now.
right.
Has that always been the case?
Now you remember from my first channel when I first started. It was beginning to look like that because I had my first arrest. But now it's just changed totally. Like it's amazing. I'm getting a lot of support from the Bronx DAs and the 52nd precinct. Shout out to them. So yeah. Is hold on one second. Is Becky Redding is still in here? Is Becky you in here? Can you drop the link like in the group chat? That's why people coming in the group chat in the group my group page. I appreciate that. We want people to come in here and chop it up with us. That's if she's in here. Becky Redding is really nice. She's been supporting me and other catchers in the community for a while. So shout out to her too. So what was your thoughts when you Googled her name?
Um, that's the same Becky from before, right? FM.
Yes,
Hey, sweetheart, how you doing, Becky? How you doing?
that's the
Um,
same Becky that be in our chats when you were there. Yes, that's her.
yes,
Yeah.
yes. What I love about your following is that you are just so um they're so loyal. They're so loyal and they
Really?
just love it. They're like, not another, oh, here goes another one. And I just feel like another one bites the dust. Like that's gonna be my new thing that I write on there.
Oh my God.
Another one bites the dust.
No,
Um
please, can we change that? Another one down. Can you say another one down? Or can we just say another one? I'll
and
tell you why
and
later, but we can't say that. No, 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 I'm not rocking with
okay.
that.
Hey, and another one is down.
Another one
down.
down.
But
We can say all that, but we're not gonna steal the Rocky.
I'll tell you, I turn around and when I look at stuff like this, my blood started boiling because FM told me, he said, Anna, he's like, amiga, my friend, you have got to Google this name. And I'm like, there's no way, I'm driving. Give me a few and I'll be able to go ahead and look at it. But whoa, when I started looking, I couldn't stop looking. Like, I mean, she was like over and over and over again. So it would be something like if you, and I honestly think she's more out there than even me because am I tripping or did she do something in the entertainment industry? Was there acting as well or
She's
modeling
as an
or something
actress
like that?
too, yeah. And her resume says actress.
You know, so I'm somebody who has a resume like that. That takes a lot, and
It's
a lot of
similar.
people do respect you when you do that much out in the community. It is disgusting to see, like, and then I wish we had the video right now to show because the nonchalant, cocky attitude was even more disgusting. Like, I didn't do anything.
It wasn't
It's
illegal. It
okay.
wasn't illegal. Again,
Yeah.
I'm gonna give you a clip from what she said in a text message before she met up with me that day, that morning. She goes, I'm a little nervous. Oh wait, I'm a little nervous and scared. It was one of those two words. Um, I watch too much TV. You ever seen that show To Catch a Predator? I was like, what? I am that guy. But no.
He said
I'm
that too on the
14.
live. He said
I'm
it. If you
14.
guys know FM, he's really sarcastic. He said that too.
I was like, nope. Again, I'm playing the age 14. That's way ahead of my time. No kid is gonna. Let's keep it real. Some of these kids don't even know who Chris Hansen is.
Mhm.
You know,
Mhm.
their moms got to show
Well,
them
see,
who that is
what
and be
did
shown.
you? Oh, look at this! Look at this! Have a seat, sport. Now, hey, now let me ask you a question. What did you say? Because these kids wouldn't know who he is or what that show is, or they have no idea of anything about that show, which mad props to them, man, and the work that he did, because I think he opened doors for a lot more people doing it and keep it open
He did.
to
He did. And
continuing.
it's a beautiful thing. Honestly, um I think every state should have one. Every county should have a catching team. I'm sorry, because it's an epidemic.
You think it's an epidemic? I think they're just sick and they've been around forever, and it's just that it's easier to catch them now with cameras. That's what I think. I think it's easier. Hey, you guys are welcome to join in. You guys can call in or whatever you guys like. I'm cool with that. I'll pick up. We'll let you give your comment. We'll let you
But
talk.
that's
The
beautiful.
number is
Yes, yes.
321-252-8084. Again, 321-252-8084.
But you know who found all the information
So,
out for us, right? You know who
you said
got
what?
all the information about the
What?
Leilani?
Oh, who did?
You got to give a shout out to Blondie and Miss Megs. Emmy.
It's
Blondie and Emmy.
Emmy,
Everybody knows.
Emmy.
And
Okay,
Blondie.
Blondie and Emmy. Okay, that took me a second. Okay, hey, shout out, ladies. I'm dying to meet you girls in person. I can't ever put any of their faces on on any type of camera stuff because of what they do. But I am dying. If you guys ever come to the South, any of the that way, let me know. I will drive and meet you all wherever it is that you all are at. The internet has
I
spread
know.
the sickness by way of cheese, pizza, and Napster, LimeWire, etc. That is so true. Joe, that is so true. Sadly, Chris overstepped and got fired and went into a scam on YouTube. So I asked myself, is this your best catch?
I mean, I don't really label. I mean, this is a big catch, I should say, not the best catch. It's a big catch. You know, I mean, I'm I don't know how should I say that. Like, I don't, label them like this is my best catch. Like this is the big exposure because the position that she's in, she's a spokesperson, a activist, a role model, basically for that
And
community.
see, that's just it. That's my thing. She's a role model. Wait, and it's not even for that community. I wouldn't even word it like that. She's respected, and just for everybody. Like when you're on a different caliber, certain things you just can't do. I can't be involved with anything that's in any type of way gonna put me out there. Because what are you gonna do? You're gonna be like, oh yeah, and I was just caught drug dealing, but I'm talking about, oh yeah, free all the inmates who sell drugs. What do I? What? I'm a hypocrite. I'm a
Mm-hmm.
hypocrite. You see what I'm saying? So why sit here and I said that backwards, but what I meant, and if you look at it, it's the same thing. As the correctional officers, you're working there to do the right thing, right, and keep the inmates in line. But then you turn around and you constantly bring in drugs.
He's
But
acting
you're
like
crying.
inmate.
Yeah, but you're steady crying. Stay out of trouble. Stay out of trouble. Why do these drugs keep coming in? Shoot, I'm gonna tell you one thing. I got a lot of inmates I advocate for because my question is, how was it? Go ahead, baby. How was it that during the pandemic, so much contraband got to prisons? That's my only question. Wasn't no attorneys allowed in there. Wasn't no loved ones allowed in there. Wasn't no advocates, pastor, or anything else. It just had to do with that community
Of
and the people
course,
employed there.
of course.
You
There's
know?
always somebody dirty. It goes to show you. It doesn't. You
Yep.
never know who it is. Just never know.
See, and I made that because that's kind of how I balance everything. How can I sit here and advocate for, oh my God, STDs? Watch yourself, clear yourself, but I'm trying to meet a child, and you guys know you could take advantage of any child. I just think it's even sicker that they talked about she talked about the show To Catch a Predator. That's even weirder.
Again, I'm gonna cut you. She said it 20 minutes prior to the meetup. 20 minutes
20
prior to her.
minutes?
20
Ay, Dios
minutes. She said
mío.
she was excited. I played it. I'm excited. And she was like, me
Uh-huh.
too. Then like a couple of minutes later, she was like, I'm a little nervous, but then she said that. Like, you ever seen that show? I'm like, no. Like, can you please hurry up? That's what I said. Hurry up, please. Like, you got me waiting. I missed school. Yes, I said those things too.
So
yes, she also made a
I'm
kid miss
just
school,
at a loss
basically.
for words. So we're excited. We're gonna meet a little 14-year-old boy, but we're an activist. Like, I mean,
And
and
again,
I'm not trying to be funny or nothing, but she looked nothing like what you
those
see on
filtered
mine,
pictures,
on the
right?
catch. Two
Nothing.
different people. Like, I was like, you should not be fooling people like that. I mean, straight up, I'm a woman, and I do wear very
But
minimal
I'm gonna
makeup.
keep
I'm
my
just
comments to
saying.
myself. I'll keep my comments to myself. I'm just saying I got no discrimination to no organizations at all.
I don't either. either. I don't either.
I
I'm just
have gay
saying.
relatives, so I don't
I
discriminate.
do. I do as
And
I do as well.
I was exposed to that community when I was a kid as well. So again, I grew up knowing about the whole community. I have no quarrels, none. You know.
And I don't either. I'm just saying, like it really did. You know, you guys it saved me here because FM just made me feel bad for my
No, no, not
comment.
you
I
to
mean,
say,
she
because I
really.
was about to say something. I was about to say something that is true. These some gay dudes, they'll take 5, 6, 7 hours looking the way they look, the way you see them online. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Am I lying? I mean,
Yeah,
that's
because
just the
it was
truth.
like it was honestly, it was like a whole different person.
It was. It
Y'all back
was.
me up. Whoever saw the live catch, back me up.
To me, I was
But
expecting her to look like a guy just to be discreet, because the way she was coming to see a
mm,
kid. So I was trying to keep my eyes open for that too, but no, she had a ponytail and blonde hair, so she told me the description because that's what I asked for. It's just wow.
um,
Like you said, the same thing. I'm like, that's two different people. Like, whoa, what the hell?
no me vas a meter a mí en problemas, muchacho. Tú a mí no vas a meterle en problemas. Estás bien mal. Now, I say this. If you're in a leadership position, despicable stuff and town and things that just anything, just don't do it. Period. Period. Because there should be no reason why you are out there trying to meet a little boy, little girl, a little whatever. For what? For what? How many grown adults, and I think we've said this every time that FM comes here on the show, how many grown people are there out there that you can hook up with?
We always
You
say it,
don't need
Anna.
nobody
I
young,
mean,
huh?
I always say if you can't get it, go pay for it. Like, what the hell?
Well, that's
There's always
illegal
somebody
too.
for
I'm
somebody.
not condoning.
I'm just saying it's a legal profession. If it's not,
illegal stuff.
it's legal in a lot of states. I'm just saying. I'd rather them go spend their whole paycheck on that than to go touch a kid. You know,
And see,
just the truth.
y'all, FM is not a good influence. Disclaimer. FM is
Oh,
the one that said it, not lunchtime with
FM is
it.
FM is just real. I'm sorry. Seriously.
So let me ask you, you catch her. Bradley, you are a mess.
What Bradley said?
You catch her. Bradley said he's gonna take your advice.
That's
You
right,
guys, I
Bradley.
have nothing to do
Don't
with
touch kids, Bradley. Go
it.
pay for it. Go get a lap dance. Do something else with your child. Whatever you prefer. Whatever you prefer, Bradley. Whatever you prefer. Just leave the kids alone.
um, now I ask a question.
Yeah.
You turn around. Wow. Okay, y'all are killing me. Okay. I am glad this is late night tonight. Because y'all are killing me. You turn around and she tells you she's excited. I have to ask, Ethan, what is your thought in preparation for this this catch? What is there an adrenaline rush? Is there a rush of anger? Is there anxiety? Is there some type of
I
fear?
was honestly, I was excited because I'm like about time, because we already knew where she lived at. We knew everything about her, you know. This is from March. She blew me off. I just couldn't go knock on her door because we want to do it right. We want to get her locked up. And my thing is, they never go away. They'll talk to you one time, they'll talk to you 5 more times.
And that's it. Find a smarter.
Uh,
So she's facing charge. As far as you're concerned, is she still incarcerated?
What? No, no, I don't think so. Her charges
Because
was
you
posted,
both
so no,
there.
I think they let her out. There's no there's bail reform over here, so thank you, New York, for that one. Jesus, they got to fix that.
Yes. Okay. So she turns around, and I just really wish I'm FM come back. I don't know what's going on here. If that's me or what, my phone echoing. But we're gonna have to come back here and have the actual catch come back up, because you guys are gonna be like, what in the world? Because she was as bad as the Iman that he caught. There's just a certain thing of entitlement, and that's what makes me mad. It's like an entitlement, like, oh, you owe me something because I'm a public figure. No, well, let me tell you something, honey. You're wrong. You're wrong, because there's so many people looked up to you. What were you thinking? What were you thinking? What can you gain from that? Those are little boys. A 14-year-old is a little boy. That makes those charges stick because it's supposed to be a minor overall. How have the convictions been here recently for you, FM?
Right now, I think I got 10 or 11 that pled
10 or
out.
11 convictions. So
Yeah,
normally, what are they getting? Plea bargains is what they're doing?
yeah, they getting plea bargains, but you know what? It's still a win in our books. They will ever for they're gonna be labeled. It's on their record. I'm
Um,
sorry, you can't dodge that.
that's what I was going to say. So they have to register as sex offenders,
I
correct? Or
don't, I
no?
don't, I have no idea, man. Like some say yes, some say I don't know. I'm not gonna say, I'm not gonna lie. Like, oh, I think one or two of them had to register. I think, if I'm not mistaken. I gotta go look back. I gotta ask questions because once I get the charges and do updates, I just keep it moving. I gotta stay focused. Because I work too.
Yeah.
It's hard. I'm like a one-man band sometimes. But
Um,
they at least, I mean, again, the plead out is still a win. I'll be hoping they will go to trial. Trust me, I hope. I'll be praying, wishing they go to trial, but they won't because they know you got you on camera. The text messages alone, you're dead to rights.
yeah,
You know,
it's
you can't
over.
escape the light.
So let me ask you a question. You said you have not even had the opportunity to post to let from the community know, as well as other activists, because I
Oh
deal
no,
with
I
all
went
kinds of
out. No, no, no,
activists.
no, no. I went out to like other to like I put in transgender. There was a couple of people that's big, and I was like, hey, I reached out and hopefully they do contact me. But all it takes is one person. All it
Absolutely,
takes is
absolutely.
one person. The same way it took me to expose her. I need somebody from her community to be like, hold up, we do not condone this. We do not accept this behavior. She is not
Well,
no
see,
longer
and that's
needed.
why I was telling you to reach out to the media.
I
I think
tried.
I'm
I
gonna.
did. I did reach out to the Post again. It's tough because what I do, you know.
So I'm gonna reach out to them, and I'm an activist, so as well, from the million and one hats that I wear, right? Um, so I am an activist as well, and one of the things that I am very familiar with is how to send a media blast message, get the media cover a
That'd be
story real quick.
awesome.
So I will do that favor for you, only because you
Thank you.
are my friend, and I am so frustrated, right, with her actions. I just can't even fathom. What were you thinking?
That's the
Where in
problem.
this
They don't.
world make you turn around? Go ahead, FM.
No, no. I thought you froze. I said, go ahead, go ahead, go ahead. I'm listening. Keep talking.
Lo que te voy a decir es que I can't even fathom what would make anybody just do this. And then you had a few conversations, and then you're like, hey, do you remember me? Whoa, really? Like, really? What did you
Really?
gain out of that? Like, I mean, it's and like FM says, he has the text there to prove it. And when he does do the editing, one thing he does usually, almost every cat puts up the text messages, which are
Chat log.
important for them to go up, so that you see this conversation did happen. Yes, the chat log. This conversation did happen, and we did talk about this stuff. Now, let me ask you another question, FM.
Yes.
For you, what's the hardest part with her being in the position that she is? What was it that you were the most like, what the freak
When
was
when
this
Blond,
a-hole thinking?
when Blondie and Meg went back with all the information, I was like, what? Like, what? This is gonna be a crazy one. Like, what? It was just
Yeah.
mind blowing, mind blowing, mind blowing. This catch is dedicated to Blondie because this one haunted her for months. Because again, the way we move is different from other people. We want to see these people get locked up. You know, they did not establish the meet. She just blew me off because I didn't send that picture. You know, it's still not enough for them to get locked up. You know, it
And
was a
you know
hard
what gets me?
decision. It was a hard decision.
You know what gets me? You know what
What's that?
gets me? You didn't send the picture, but then she still approached you. Like, how stupid can you be? Like, I think she had energy on her side. Some call it
I'm just saying. What I what I
some call
always
it
tell you.
prayers, some call it ancestors. Huh?
What I always tell you about Josh.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. Because I'm like, how? But you know what? Josh is that you?
Yeah.
That's right. You guys, I'm sorry. I had a late. You guys, I was in traffic over 3 hours trying to get you the air, but I turn around and I see whatchamacallit, the picture of Josh. Josh is a very handsome 14-year-old boy, and I'm gonna leave it there. I'm gonna go into detail, but very handsome. So I'm having fun making these catches. A whole lot of fun making catches. Is that right?
I mean, I think what sold her because she asked me for a picture. I sent her one with my middle finger up, and I said, "That's for you blowing me off or something like that." She was like, "Oh, cute." I was like, "Gotcha." You know when a kid throws a picture like that, it's over. They be like,
Yeah,
"Oh, this
yeah,
kid is
yeah,
really
yeah, yeah,
bad.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
This kid is
Yeah,
anger
this
issue. He
kid
has
is
anger issues.
bad. Yeah, yeah,
Anger
this kid
issues.
is
This
bad. I
kid."
can take advantage. I can take advantage. Wow. You guys, we're not laughing at the situation. It's a very serious situation.
No, I take this very serious, but there's certain
Yes.
situations that you gotta laugh. If not, you will go mentally insane dealing with these creeps. I'm sorry, that's just my escape for me to laugh at them sometimes. Like, this dude doesn't know who he's talking to. I can't wait. Ha 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 ha. Because it's just the anger. That's everything. Like, I get hype. I get a high off of it. The same way you drink and feel good, I get a high off of it. Like, I'm gonna catch you. I'm gonna expose the living lights out of you. You're done. And that's how I felt with Leilani. Going into I'm like, it's over. It's over. You're done. Your community doesn't need you anymore. Take your services somewhere else.
I want you to ask me the same question I asked you about once I looked into her background and I really saw.
That what?
I want you to ask a question, right? Well, in fact, answer it, right? So for me, right, the worst part when I was doing research on her was the fact that you tested positive for a deadly disease.
Mm.
Deadly disease. That means that you have reported, as many of you guys know, I do have medical training, so I have a lot of medical background. That means that you are reported to the Department of Health. So they have a system, a data system, that they know everybody who has things like that are curable, and they have to have. That's how they hunt people down. Like somebody will say, for example, they'll test positive and they'll say, "Oh my God, I slept with uh, 10 people, and okay, do you know who these 10 people are? Yeah, it's Tom, Dick, Harry, whatever, whatever, whatever." And they go back and they're like, "Well, do you have an address? Do you have this?" And that's how they start hunting down people, and then they'll locate you and let you know you may have been you may test HIV positive because you may have been in contact with somebody. That's the word, in contact with somebody who is HIV positive or has AIDS. So guys, that for me was the most disturbing that we can talk about right now, because there's some we can't speak of. That for me was the most disturbing. How are you positive?
Yeah, that was mind blowing as well. Um, she was walking. I couldn't even get that out because I don't know. She just got me so heated. I hate when they walk away. You know this from the end. I get irate. Like, why are you running? I'm trying to converse. Like, if I know we would have
Yo,
sat down and
the
conversed.
Boricua comes out of you real quick.
Well,
Yo, the
well,
Boricua comes out of you
well,
real quick. It's like,
she from
you're
Mexico.
gonna make this
She from Mexico on me with
bad.
Speedy Gonzalez ass walking. Like, come on, man. You know me,
But
like I
you
hate.
just make me laugh because you're like, yes, yes, yes. And the funny thing is, though, like the Boricuas, you guys, Puerto Rican. If you guys don't know what Boricua is, Wepa, my Boricua brothers, sisters, that Rican comes out in him real quick. He's like, "Don't make me yell, because everybody out here knows me." I will expose you.
You know what? The reason I
They know
screamed at
what
her
I
this time, the reason I got loud on this one is because she had the audacity to act like she didn't want to listen to me. She had the phone to her ear,
do. Mhm.
so
Mhm.
I don't,
Mhm.
I don't like that.
I know you don't. I know you don't. But, I think that's all of us Puerto Ricans. We don't like that feeling of
Ignore. You just can't
espérate,
ignore me.
espérate, the fire, Here comes a, hold on, wait a minute now. I'm gonna expose. Now we're gonna see. We're gonna see who's gonna win. There's a question for you here, FM. Question for him. How often does he come across someone he caught a second time? I know the answer to that one.
I was gonna catch somebody for the second time, but he put me on the back burner, and I wound up catching them. I mean, catching Leilani.
And I will say that Maylani had a conversation with him prior, so this would have been time number 2. And what you guys have to understand is, like, this is such a dark world. Like, they actually have private group chats and stuff, and they actually talk about this stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, they actually, how not to get caught doing this stuff. It's really disgusting if you really start to do research on this. Guys, watch your children. There is no privacy. I know FM says it all the time, but Lord knows I had no privacy in my house till they turned 18. There is no privacy. And even then, you're still in my house and you go under my rules. You don't like it, go get your own place. For real.
Yep, it's true. It's true. You could be 21 living with your moms and they, you're getting your life together because you're doing what you're doing, the positive, but no way. No
Check
way.
their
You're
phones.
under
Check
my
their
roof.
phones when
If
they're
I say
minors.
you got to come home don't come home at a certain time, that door stays locked. You're going to be locked
Absolutely.
out. You be locked out.
Absolutely.
Like they used to tell me, don't play yourself. You better go to your friend's house or something. Don't come
I
home.
didn't even play that. I was like, who said you can go out? Who said you can go out?
Basically.
Hey Steven, I haven't heard from you in a minute neither. We need to get together to do an interview. I know we need to do one. Get at me and we'll do an interview. So now let me ask you, what do you recommend for parents, right? Because I'm always going to make these disclaimers while we're on air. What do you recommend for parents? Are they able to clone the kids' phones?
Yeah.
What else can they do to prevent
honestly
children? Go ahead.
You want to know the real answer to that one?
I honestly do. Yes, sir.
Don't give them no damn phone. I grew up without a phone.
We all did.
Go to school, come back.
But we did have beepers though. I had a beeper.
Well, I'm just saying, not everybody could afford one at the time either.
Yeah. Oh, beepers?
I'm just saying, I'm gonna keep it real. There should be no 5-year-old walking with a phone.
No, absolutely not.
Come on now.
Absolutely not.
You see it all the time. Like, come on now. Come on now. These kids just press any button and all of a sudden they talking to a stranger, even on Roblox. Roblox is dangerous. Right now, one of the people that do what I do, his name is Alex. He caught somebody on Twitter going for 11-year-old today. 11-year-old.
What is his name? Just so we can give him a shout out.
That's Alex. He runs a channel called Pudgy Pug or Joe Boy JDQ. Yeah. Again, he catches the sick ones. Like, he travels across the states, and he came across this guy today. Wanted to meet a 11-year-old little girl off of Twitter. Twitter. It happens to be
all we use Twitter for is to share, and you shouldn't even. How are you having conversations on Twitter? Like, I have no conversations on my Twitter. I barely use it. Like, I just use it just to air whatever or share something.
Okay.
Or like something.
Again, what 11-year-old should have a Twitter?
Absolutely.
You see, it goes to show you there's kids out there. They doing it. They on their platform. But anyway, fast forward a little bit. He confronted this individual, and it happens to be this individual had over 1,000 CP on his phone. If people don't know
I
what
don't.
CP is, it's child pornography on his
Oh,
phone.
yeah,
He
you can
had
tell that I
1,000
don't. I don't
images.
know anything
No,
about
no,
that. I
well,
was
you should
like, what
know.
is CP?
If you hear
Yeah.
CP, it's child pornography.
Whoa.
Over 1,000 images. Again, it
Whoa.
just goes to show you it doesn't matter what platform, doesn't matter what platform, they there. The dirtiest ones is on this platform, Facebook. Another
Oh
one is
yeah.
Instagram. Your kids should
Yeah.
even be
Let
on
me. Let
TikTok.
me. Let me.
Honestly, that's another feeding ground. TikTok. You think you ever go on, like, click on a kid's page and see how much adults are saying some nasty stuff
Check and see how many adults are actually on their page. You should
on
be
the kids' page? Yeah,
watching.
yeah, it's all facts.
I'll tell you one thing, and this is real. If a kid, especially a kid that I don't know, sends me a request, I'm not approving it. I don't care. Like,
Exactly.
if you're my friend's kid or something, okay, or your family, okay, that's fine. But why are you accepting a friend request? It's just weird to me. What's the madness? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't even understand, and I can't even begin to comprehend what is anybody thinking. I mean, you just have to be sick and twisted. Are there any other recommendations that you have, like for the parents, for the kids, so forth, so on?
I
Um,
always say it, like, clone their phones, go through their phones all the time. Like, I get it, times have changed. The kids need, I get it, but at the same time, there's a lot of parents that don't even pay attention to their kids. They be too busy in their phone. Meanwhile, their kids in the back room on their phone. You get that? Like, when I see my daughter, I check her phone. I'm always
and let me
when I see her on her phone, I'm like, "What you doing? Let me see." I don't care. Like, no way. If your kid
absolutely,
hesitates to hand over their phone, there's an issue.
absolutely. Let me ask you a question now. Um, and I'm just real curious about this. Um,
You want to say
what
something? You can say
what
something.
do we do? What do we do when now you know you can't come on camera on lunchtime with Anna and not go on. And guys, that wasn't FM. That was not FM. FM always wears a mask. So you guys did not get a slip up at all. Trust me, he is not gonna do that at all. Um, wow, Bradley, like you're not joking now, right? You're being like dead serious.
About what?
What he just wrote, that is
What he wrote? I can't see it.
insane. He just wrote, hang on, let me put on my glasses. Happened to me on PlayStation. I act out and I said I was 12 to spite people, and a creeper messaged me on my account.
Wow.
That's
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised, but I'm like, you played it off for a second that you was 12. Bradley, you did the same thing I just did. Seriously, that's what we do. They there. They out there. They out there. Any platform with messaging, best believe your kid is getting inboxed.
Trust
That's a
me,
fact.
I'm a grown old woman who's gonna be, guys, my birthday's Sunday. I'm gonna be 29 years old on Sunday. I'm a grown old woman who's gonna be 29 on Sunday. And let me tell you guys about how I get the most disturbing things that if and them laugh at me, I'm like, yo, I get traumatized. I don't want to see yours little wee wees at all. Keep it to yourself. Keep it to yourself. I mean, and this is very common. They do it to everybody. To
Yeah,
everybody.
you told me that way. You open your inbox one day and boom, it's just right there,
Yeah.
like boom. That's messed up. That's disrespectful.
And I'm gonna tell you guys something. And it has happened to me. Like I'll be answering a text from somebody on Messenger, and then something will come up, and I get so angry, you guys. I be like, "Ooh, why?" So do not call me. I don't even trust picking up a call because I don't even want to know what you're doing on that end. I wouldn't. There's no way, no way. Do not send me any weird pictures because I'm not gonna open it. If you're just weird, I'm not. Don't do any of that weird stuff. Women don't like it. Women don't
It's
like it
true.
because if
No,
you're
you're
that
absolutely right.
bold, you'll do it with kids too. I'm serious. Like that's weird. Don't do that.
No, we can laugh, but it's dead serious though. Like we can just sit back and laugh because when you sit back and we talk us behind the scenes, it's wild. Then we talking about it now. We chuckling, but it's dead serious. I mean, that's just disrespectful. You know.
It honestly is, and Bradley, stop. It honestly is very disrespectful when you do that. Just if you're a man who even respects yourself, don't do that. Don't do that because guess what? You're being reported, and then now social media allows you to, when you report it and you block that person, that it also blocks any other account that's connected to you. So they're still going to find out. And guess what? Now there's a paper trail on you sending this stuff over the internet, and that is against the law. Just in case you guys didn't know, it is against the law to send that over the internet. And
Yeah.
much less having a possession of it. It is against the law. If they want to press charges against you, they can. And you guys can look it up. It is a law. I'm not just
It's
saying
what
that.
is that like? Is that harassment?
Huh?
The charge will be harassment.
No,
Like,
because what they're doing is they're sending unsolicited porn.
okay, that was the charge,
So
right?
you're
Okay, there
sending
you go.
porn, and it's intrastate because you got to think wherever metaverse, which is now metaverse now, right? It was Facebook, or still is Facebook, whatever. Wherever their headquarters are, let's say it's California. I think they are California. I know Snapchat is for sure. But okay, let's say you send something like that over Snapchat. If by any chance you're being investigated for anything else and they confiscate that phone and they see that, there are laws against that. You guys look it up. And that's even for us adults. You can't have that stuff on your phone because what if that is a minor? You see what I'm saying? What if you just stay away from that mess? Stay away from it.
Yep. Make sure your kid don't have Telegram either, cause that's where they send all that CP through.
Really.
Yeah. Telegram, dangerous.
And who would ever think that Telegram is dangerous? Like Telegram, as you guys
Dangerous.
know, it's mainly used for what do you call this? Stocks and stuff like that. I forget what you call it, but that's really what it's used for. And that just goes to show you don't have privacy in any of these accounts. You guys have to be very vigilant because if they're sending stuff to me, they're sending stuff to FM on these other sites, which I don't think he wanted to say what site he goes on, because I wouldn't, because then it'll have them on alert.
Put it like this: in any, it's all these dating sites, now. Twitter, like it's everywhere. Instagram, Facebook, it's everywhere. Anything that has to do with a message is there.
And if you think about it, how many children are actually being used for sex trafficking and all of this that you don't even have an idea about? You clicking on this stuff and you know, check marking this stuff.
No, I have no idea. The number should be crazy though.
I get really, and FM, you know this. I take it very personal. I take it very, very, very personal because these are babies. These are our babies. It takes a village. Now, let me ask you a question. Do you think, because I saw on Leilani, I'm sorry. I saw on Leilani's background that she had a rough time and she was out on the street. In your opinion, do you believe that she should seek mental health treatment?
Nope, not for that, because there's no such thing. There's no treatment for this. I'm standing firm on that. You know my theory. There's no cure for that. None. There's no cure for rapists, child molesters, pedophiles. There's none. If anybody wants to debate, come up here and let's debate.
Um, I honestly, although maybe there might not be full, right, we might not be able to cure people, right?
Right.
I genuinely believe that people should seek mental health treatment anyway, though,
I
because
mean,
something
there's
has
there's
triggered.
there's some individuals that's off the spectrum that we had this discussion already about mental health issues, right? That there's
Hmm.
there's grown men and women, their mind
Hmm.
capacity is still at 5 or 6 years old. Am I right? Did we have this discussion, Anna? Something like that?
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
So, I mean, that's a different circumstances to what we're talking about. I mean, um, that's just my opinion. There's no real cure for this. There's no therapy for this. They just beat the system. They have to sit there and agree. All right, right, and then go right back at it. It's just it's something that cannot be fixed. There's men that did 30, 40 years. Again, I got friends that do this all over the United States. They caught somebody that just came out of jail for this touching a real kid, and they right back at it. So I'm pretty sure they tried that fake therapy in jail, isolated them from the general pop, and they didn't learn nothing. There's no cure. They could do 50 years, 60 years, and they still would have that urge. A rapist will still have that urge. A child abuser will still have that urge. And that's facts. I always thought differently before I started catching. And as time went, there's no cure. There's no cure for this. For this situation, there's no cure. Sorry, but I'm not sorry. There's no cure.
Um, and he says that with cause. I'm just, I'm a firm believer that I'm a firm believer in mental health treatment. Just, I believe a lot of them, a lot of people in general that are incarcerated and stuff like that and homeless and, certain situations. I'm not talking about,
Yeah,
well,
I
even,
agree.
even pedophilia, we must say something has triggered that. Something mentally has triggered that. Can nobody who does anything like that tell me
I
something didn't
think they
happen to them?
they all right, there's some that say a kid been abused for so long, they think it's normal.
Normal.
They think it's
And that's
normal.
what I'm saying.
They think, oh yeah, I mean, again, can you cure
And
him from that? It's
I'm
I
not
don't know.
justifying it.
I'm just a firm believer since I've been doing this. I'm just in certain situations probably. for that. Probably, maybe, maybe. But my, I'm still a firm believer in these dudes are disgustingly wicked. Just disgustingly wicked. They just disturbing.
And
Again,
worse than dudes are, and FM and I have had this conversation in the past. And I'll tell you guys, I met FM a few years ago in a Puerto Rican group website. He had posted a catch. I believe it was Mikey, if I remember correctly. And as I was following, like his catches, I noticed that he had caught this couple. And we recently had a conversation about this because women predators are worse than men and they're sneakier. And they're in places like Leilani is in right now.
they hide
It's
in plain
hard,
sight.
huh?
They hide in plain sight.
Absolutely. FM, I know you had somebody there. They're not going to come on camera.
No,
Oh, all right. If you want to hide, you could have came on. I was reading what he said. It's hard, but some people, it isn't something to fix. They tend to be just that way. Some have managed to know and accept they are they are a danger and separate themselves from general society. There are some small communities of these people away from everybody. And see, that's just the way it should be. I am a firm believer that if you hurt children, elders in that way, or women, you should be in like a different community where you guys just do stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? To yourselves, because there's no reason to hurt anybody out there. But we can't do that. This is the real world, and we can't discriminate against anybody, right? We have to treat
this is
everybody
like, yeah,
equally.
only in a perfect world you could, do what we want to do. Because there's some that shouldn't be walking the earth. And I say that proudly. You
Um,
know, it's
is
sad.
is there?
It's sad to say something like that because they do
Mhm.
have families. I understand that. I got a family too. It would
Yeah,
hurt me. It would crush me. You know. But if I
yep,
know you a danger to society itself, because the way you moving mentally, if it was legit, I'll put you down myself than a stranger.
that's right.
And that's being true. Because I would want them to do the same to me if I was doing something crazy and outrageous and, you know, heinous, sick. Their parents got to live with that. Like my child, my nephew, my uncle, whatever, niece, anybody, man or woman, it doesn't matter. Like we said, it's just sad. Nobody wins, actually, you know?
For me, it's just disgusting, beyond disgusting. Like they're all horrible. They're all disgusting, right?
Yeah. I
But
mean, what can we do? I mean,
but this catch, I wish everybody would have saw the actual lot. You guys would understand why there's certain things we got to keep our mouths shut about.
I did,
But
in that catch, I did mention what she wanted to do with the 14-year-old little boy. Again, like I told her, like, you cannot escape what you said. You here in front of me, you know?
and see, this is the thing when you act all cocky and you're like, oh, all nonchalant about it. It is what it is. I do what I do, and what are you gonna do about it? Is just like, whoa, you have got to be kidding me. You have got to be kidding me. You know, um, because people only, only wish that they can have the nerve to do what she does for the public, to be an actress. Oh, by the way, you guys, before I forget, and I wish I would have announced it earlier because I know it's late now. If you guys catch the Black Adam movie, your very own lunchtime with Anna will be there. I want to see if you guys can spot lunchtime with Anna. Yes, I did come out in Black Adam, or I'm hoping it wasn't cut because you never know what the final effect is. But let me know if you guys find me. Let me know if you guys find me out there. Speaking of the acting and stuff, but it's almost like one of these things like you have this all these opportunities that people just wish, okay, I wish that I can turn around and maybe go out and be able to be an actress, be able to do drag shows, or correct me if I'm wrong. Is that what I saw, or was it just modeling? Or you have no idea?
I have no idea. But I hear what you're saying. It's true. Doesn't matter what you do in life. A
Yeah,
lot of
that's
people
what I'm
wish to be
saying.
if they could
Yeah.
wish they could be in that kind of position to be a leader, to be a
Mhm.
spokesperson, to do what she was doing.
To be the face, because really that's what
Yeah,
she was. She was the
a
face.
face. She was a
Hmm.
face of that community, and I mean, I commend her for those great things, but you got to go. Your time is up. You
And
hung
honestly,
yourself.
those great things would have even got her, like if I would have known of her, would have had me collaborating with her in more ways than one. And that just frustrates me that even it was a reality check for me, right, FM?
Hmm.
That even in doing what I do, there are predators amongst us,
All day,
if
yeah.
that makes sense.
You bump,
Advocates
bump
and such.
you probably bump into one. You probably spoke to them. Like every day you bump into a murderer or a
Hmm.
serial killer. Ain't that something?
Hmm. Hmm.
The statistics. You just never know. I remember I was almost assaulted by my great grandmother's friend.
Hmm.
Who would think? Like that's grandma's friend. I could trust him. You know? That's a well-lost friend. Well-lost cool with him. You never know.
But to FM's advantage, FM had a lot of calle. He had a lot of street smart. FM put a stop to that really quickly. And, not everybody is as lucky as FM. Not everybody has that confidence because what they look for is the quiet kid. That's who they want to try to go towards, the one that maybe doesn't have any friends. Have you had any of them like offer you alcohol or drugs or anything like that? I don't remember.
Who and what any friends?
Yeah,
Any people I caught?
yeah.
Yeah, all the time. I
And
always
that
give them.
isn't a separate charge for them? I would think it is.
I think it is because if it's on them, it's going to probably be endangerment of whip of a child. You know, a normal like a
Okay.
CP. Yeah, I mean,
Okay, so you do tell them though that they did offer to have this or that, and
yeah,
they do
yeah.
search for that. Okay,
Even
got
yeah,
it.
even if it's alcohol, I always ask for alcohol. You know, remember I asked for things a rebel kid will do. I ran the streets when I was a kid. I was drinking and smoking as a teenager. So yeah, it's normal in the hood. They think it's normal in the hood. Not every kid is the same. So I always say bring alcohol or bring some weed, you know. Some of them be like, you want some ecstasy, you want this, you want that. That's another thing
Wow,
Leilani wanted to
ecstasy and
do.
everything.
Leilani, yeah,
Damn.
the first time in March, she wanted
Hmm.
to. Thank you. I'll just remember that. In March when we first spoke, she wanted to pop ecstasy with the kid.
Wow,
Yep.
Bradley. If you don't mind speaking up about it, FM always wants, whenever he comes in, for somebody to talk about their story. If you don't mind, next time we come on, that I come on with FM, I'll go ahead and I'll send you a link, and you can describe how that was for you, because FM really likes to give people the opportunity, right, to have that moment to shine out of that negative, make it positive. And I really like that FM likes
Yeah,
doing that,
I
right?
think
Because
honestly, you're right. I mean, I'm sorry for cutting you off, but
no, you're fine.
no,
Go
I was
ahead.
gonna say I encourage all survivors, warriors, you know,
Right.
to speak about it, get it off their chest, let people know, it's not your fault, it's not their fault, you was a kid,
That's
you
right.
didn't know no better, you had no control, it's not your fault. They just gotta admit to themselves it's not their fault, because a lot of people beat themselves up, it's my fault, it's my fault, I should have did this, I didn't know, you're a kid, innocent, a lot of people beat themselves up. They blame themselves for it, you know?
And they self destruct. And that's what
Yeah,
I
they
talk about. It's
do.
a really bad, vicious circle. And,
Yeah.
you know, if there was any victims, and I know FM said it at the beginning of the show, and please, you guys, share the show. Share, 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 share. Not because we need the viewings or nothing like that. We don't care about that. Share because of who this person is. Share.
Yeah, I mean, everybody has a gay friend or something in the community, or somebody knows somebody. They should be aware. They should be aware
Absolutely.
because they built that community, and there's a lot of bad stuff happening in that community, in any community, but I'm saying in general, they fighting hard.
And I'm glad that Bradley was open about that. With Bradley, uh, uh, I am aware, and I've known that he is diagnosed with autism. So with Bradley, I hold him in very high regards to the to saying I respect, right, his fight,
Hmm.
but to see that people are so disgusting because he had a disability.
Hmm.
He has an extra ability. It's not a disability, it's an extra ability. As people know, I'm the mother of a son with a 17, almost 18-year-old now, with diagnosed with autism. And I couldn't even imagine. It's a cruel world out there. And Bradley, I would really love for you to, next time FM and I come up. FM, when are we going to air again? That wasn't today.
Soon, 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 soon. I want to see what's up this week because I'm still grinding, always trying to catch somebody. And this right here, I gotta work hard on this video. I gotta reach out to a lot of people because this right here can't go unnoticed, should I say?
So, and that's what I'm going to do too. I'm going to make sure that I reach out to some of everybody because, again, when you're within people of the community, our job is to protect, our job is to help, our job is to advocate for.
Mm-hmm.
What are you advocating for?
Right. That's
What are
true.
you advocating for? How do you go wrong? How do you sit here and you're getting interviewed for doing all these amazing things and you just went wrong on the wrong side of the road? FM, I'm going to help you. I'm going to help you in any way possible. Find anybody we can find out there that we can put on the site, that we can reach out to, that we know maybe from the community, right?
Mm-hmm.
And maybe they can continue sharing it because I actually have I have friends. I always tell people I have friends in the most weirdest places, right? So I don't discriminate
I don't
against
say
anybody.
weird. I
And
say normal. Weird. I love weird. Weird is
yes,
normal to me.
Absolutely. And we must get along very well, FM and I, because I'm the same way. Like, I guess, that is normal for me. I love people, and they love me. And I'm going to make sure that I help you get this out there, because that person should never get the opportunity to do that again. I will help you reach out to the board, and I'm going to step up as an activist
I
and
appreciate
send a
that.
message,
Thanks. I mean,
because all of
anybody
that is
that
public record. I'm sorry?
everything I'm saying, anybody that's listening to this live right now or after we hop off this, um, I always say sharing is caring. Right now, I need you to care, have that moral compass set, and just do what you do best. I never beg for anything, but I always beg for sharing. Seriously, I always do. Cause man, that community needs to know I don't discriminate as well. I'm helping cleaning up your community as well as mine as well. You know, again, I do have gay family members, friends, great people that do not condone that behavior. You know,
And
so
that's what I'm saying. Yeah. So I don't want anybody to think this was an attack or this live was an attack.
exactly.
FM felt that it was very important for me to do this interview with him, and us speak out about this because of what I do within the community. I do a lot.
Hmm.
I do a lot. But it almost seemed like she was doing more than me. And when I say more, because their community is very close knit community.
Hmm.
And it's very disturbing that she would take advantage of not only the community that loves her so much, but that she would take advantage of the position that she held. And as an activist, I'm asking you, step down. You cannot be in leadership messing around with little boys or attempted. And again, these are allegations until there is a court date, which I'm sure FM will update you. FM, do you have any final thoughts?
Um, just always like I always tell the audience and the people that support us, go through your kids' devices. Can't trust anybody in this cruel world. I'm sorry. I mean, our parents, our great parents, they all gambled with our lives. You know, the moment they say go outside and play, they gamble with our lives. You know, because they don't know what's on the other side when we go outside.
Right.
You know, it's scary. And again, we don't judge a book by its cover. You know, um, again, a lot of people like only in that community they weirdos. No, I
No,
catch
no.
straight and gay and bi. I
And
call them greedy,
yeah,
but
that's happened too. Yeah, we've seen that one too. But one thing I wanted to add here, um, and I'm glad that FM is saying that. Um, a lot of times these sickos, because it's what they are,
call them
they'll
monster.
get with they'll get, yes, a monster
Cuco.
as a huh
Cuco.
poople
El Cuco.
as FM would say. But um we see a lot of them befriend and marry, go as far as marrying and go as far as dating single mothers. Single mothers, don't just let any man around your children.
Mm-mm.
Be very vigilant.
They watching you, but they watching your daughter or your son grow up, and they looking at mom like you look wore out. and they're looking at the fresh meat. A lot of sickos do it. Be careful. Do not. I can't. I just be vigilant with your kids.
Be
Just don't
very
do
vigilant.
anybody vigilant
Something
with your
that
kids.
FM taught me, and FM, if you don't mind, I want to reiterate this. Um, and I always think it's very important to mention again in these broadcasts or remind people. As a woman, watch anybody in your circle because you're gonna see those pervs anyways when you go to Target or any of those places, the mall or whatever. I don't know why they're just more obvious there, but watch your circle. And FM taught me something, and I've more been vigilant since he taught me this, and I thank you for this. And I don't know if I ever told you, I never looked at it like that because we seem to trust people around us, our family, our friends, so forth, so on, our coworkers. Whenever you have your children around or a little kid around, watch everybody's eyes where they go. Watch comments that are made because that person needs to stay away from you guys, especially if they're the ones saying those comments or giving those looks. Do you remember telling me that, FM?
Yeah. Be careful when your kid says, even with your relatives, like, because we know how tight knit families are. Go give Aunt Billy a hug or Aunt Nelly a kiss, and your kid be like, no, do not force them.
Yeah,
Seriously, do not force them.
absolutely.
Or if something goes along the line, like your kid picks up, you pick a weird vibe from your kid, like you want to go to certain place, like a certain house you always go to.
Mm-hmm.
Before they used to always be excited to go, then all of a sudden they shut down. Sign,
Mm-hmm.
red flags. Ask questions. Don't leave your kids around nobody.
Absolutely.
Plain and simple. Like
Absolutely.
you want to be safe, don't leave your kid around adults. It's sad. It's
And there's
it's
even other
it's
kids that have very
nothing.
bad habits.
Oh
And I mean that when I say that. There's even other kids that have really bad habits. So just
yeah, I
watch
was about to
your
say the
children.
same thing. There's a lot of kids that are hot wired that way as a sicko will be harming your kid too. So pay attention to that too. It could be bullying or sexual assault from another kid. Family members, cousins. It's just pay attention. Ask your kid questions. Don't be scared to ask your kid a question. If they feeling a certain way and their body language, pay attention to their body language.
Absolutely.
You holding your kid's hand tight and they see a certain person and they grab your hand tighter, you better ask a question. That's a flag.
That's a big flag.
Yeah,
That's
like
a
I
huge
hate this
flag.
person. Like they when they squeeze their hand, that's out of fear. Like what the
Yeah.
hell? We see it in movies and stuff like that. It's just common sense. And we only human,
Absolutely.
and sometimes we slip up, but we can't
Yeah.
slip up. We got to pay more attention to our kids. Pay attention to the circle. No,
Go ahead.
no, you're
Pay
right.
attention to the circle and what?
No, pay attention to your circle. Those are the ones that really prey on your kids.
Well, see, and what I was going to say to you to add to that is, even even when you're watching them, they still will do weird stuff. People around me. I've spoken to people over and over and over again that it's like, oh, I had no idea. I trusted this person. Even worse than that, they'll turn around and it's just it will make you cringe if you just had an idea. If you guys just Google it. Just
Sad.
Google it. Um, FM, this like always, it's it's great to have you on here. And guys, I know this was a late broadcast. Um, FM is supposed to be coming once or twice a month. But when we do come back, we want to try to see if we can have anybody who's been through a situation where they have been taken advantage of, and then we'll bring you guys on, and because we want to spotlight the hero, because you are the true warrior, the one that you know was attempted or was hurt, and you are our hero, and our hero is everything to us. Um, Before we go, I wanted to tell you guys I have a few things coming up for Lunchtime with Anna. I will be at a rally in South Carolina for inmates, and I will be the face of that flyer, and I will be the spokesperson there. There is an event that they are planning for the 1st of January in Augusta, Georgia. It is a car show. There'll be many hip hop artists, so be on the lookout. When the flyer's ready, I'll be sure to have you guys come in. And please come and join the event. I will also be speaking on behalf of We See You as a human justice advocate at that event, which I'm so excited about. I actually have some modeling gigs coming up. I have some acting stuff coming up. So guys, things are looking good for me. But I promise you guys one thing: I will continue fighting and advocating for domestic violence, as I am a survivor. We are still in the month of October, and I had an event that I did earlier, and I always look out for that event. I almost died in the hands of a man due to domestic violence. It is okay to leave. It is okay to leave. Let me tell you guys something, and something I had to learn the hard way when it came to my life or death situation, being in a coma and coming out of it. You can either keep going with that and maybe lose your life, or fight. And guess what? There's a billion, not a million, billions of fish in the sea. Somebody in this world is compatible with you. Understand that and believe that, women and men, because men are also abused out there.
Yeah.
Also, anybody who's doing anything in the month of January for human trafficking, FM, that should be a special month for you. Let me know, and I will gladly speak or whatever you guys want me to do with that event. I'm very interested in helping in any way possible with that, and I'm going to eventually start bringing in my own events and having people such as FM come in and do that. I'm dying for FM to come on somewhere in the South. I'm not going to say where, because as you guys all know, I had a crazy stalker behind me too, sending weird stuff. So I'm somewhere in the South, and I will say this: I can't wait till I am live on Lunchtime with Anna, and he's doing a catch, and I get to see this live. Or maybe even if I go to New York at some point, maybe I can be there when he does do a catch or whatever. So we'll see. But with that being said, FM, I'm going to help you with this. You might be getting some texts from me, because why not? It's my birthday weekend, and I really want to do something to help. And I think that's what I'm going to do. Because I always like to do something out there for the community, right? That's what living is about. I'm very selfless. But with that being said, I hope each and every one of you guys enjoy your night, enjoy your weekend. And again, I will be 29 on Sunday. Be looking out for pictures. I don't go out, guys. I don't go out, but you guys can look out for pictures. You guys can look out for pictures. So, but with that being said, we love you guys so much. On behalf of Lunchtime with Anna, man, we love you guys so much. Our staff or whatever and crew. And on behalf of Lunchtime with Anna FM. Muchas gracias for always taking time to come on this panel. And I know that a lot of times you're like, Anna, we got to do this. Like, I don't care. So I know he doesn't mind anyway, but I just appreciate you. And I appreciate what you do in your hard work and making this world a better place, because for that, you are a legend. And don't ever forget that, my friend. Don't ever
I
forget
appreciate
that.
that. You too.
See,
You know,
yes, thank you.
we fighting for the future. You know,
Absolutely,
the kids
absolutely,
of the future. Just think
absolutely,
about it. You
absolutely.
know.
But with that being said, we love you guys, and you guys have a wonderful weekend. Bye.
Bye.